Come, they told me our newborn king to see. Our finest gifts we bring to lay before the king. So to honor him, when we come, little baby, I am a poor boy too. I have no gift to bring that's fit to give our king. Shall I play for you on my drum? Mary nodded. The ox and lamb kept time. I played my drum for him. I played my best for him. Then he smiled at me and my drum.
So say we all, yuck, 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 ho, ho, ho.
Midwestuary 2025, August 22nd through the 24th, in Elmhurst, Illinois. A weekend you won't want to miss, with special guests Cale Zeldin, Paul Vanderklay, Rod Dreer, Elizabeth Oldfield, John Vervaeke, and Jonathan Pajot. Midwestuary 2025. The Fellowship of the Spirit. Stay tuned for more details. Visit us at midwestuary.com for ongoing updates.
Okay, then. This is a live stream. I'm Well, I think I'm almost Grim Grizz. Like when I hit start stream, like Grim's not even here, man. But it's as if the hive mind forming around me is somehow enabling the transference of what one might call magical persona, if if you wanted to get into trouble. It seems today that the Pastor Paul Vanderklay standard live stream on the Fridays is not occurring, as if today is the day they remember the time that the Lord and Savior was crucified and and forsaken. You too have been forsaken by the Pastor Paul live stream. Although he's been pumping out a lot of stuff he used to keep over on the church channel, like a responsible person, and he's doing horrible. Did you guys even see this? I have to show you. This is so bad. Not that. That's great. Look at this. Look at this. The Jesus Juke one. Where the hell is it? There it is. It's up at the top of my recommendations. Come on, Paul. But it turns out it's just a church video. You don't want it. Those are terrible. But while we're here, I wanted to highlight this to you. Look at the thumbnail game Jonathan Pajot's got going on. And that lust one just jumps out at. Did they crack? Look at Sabine making faces for thumbnails. That's this lady here. But Jonathan, this is way too good of a thumbnail for a conversation. Like you'd have to have Demir take a crack at it. In fact, I'd like you guys to give me a bunch of money now. So much, in fact, that I can hire Demir to do the kintsugi cuts of the live streams and launch us all to great success. How about that? Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal, including the missing and absent Stephen D20, the Just Had the Baby German Dragon, and our favorite there, Upcycle Club. Okay.
Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best.
This stream is entitled Friday Fill-In, so we've already delivered on the title. The thumbnail, safety measures or soft totalitarianism, however, is going to be, it's going to take some work to get to there. All channels show, but I did want to point out that we have because, presumably because of this soft totalitarianism reference, in that we have in the hive mind PRN saying semi-hard totalitarianism, for which I'd like to fine you for your homoeroticism in the hive mind. We'll have none of that.
I'm not a cat.
LARP. We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard.
The internet is perfect.
LARP. We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. That was a McMo one, I think. I believe that was a McMo masterpiece. I think that was his stylistic impression, signature thereof. Okay. Hello. I see the assassins have failed. That means that by the sacred order of foolish transparency, we must be in the Grim Grizz live stream. With me being Grim Grizz, you being the hive mind chat, or perhaps should we give you a special asynchronous title, you replay watchers? You're so much more, not more valuable than the hive mind chat, but like algorithmically, you guys, those of you that watch these replays are worth so many more points in the YouTube sphere than you get credit for, really. And those of you that comment, wow, on the replays, that's why that gives you a +5 to the savings throws against mind control. You'll be getting shortly. But first, have an agency deck card of the show, the Queen of Spades. That may be the first time I don't, as far as I'm aware, there's not yet a Wikipedia based on the streams that keeps track of things like that. Now, in case you didn't know, part of what we do here is this bubble thing. You can see it here, and you can see it better when I do it like this. This is the Virtually Not Alone network bubble, and that's because, like, even though I'm sitting in a room all by myself and even thrown all but one of the cats out, I'm virtually alone. But since you're here, I'm not, and just by being a number that shows up here for me and like down there for you, you're making all those other people also feel virtually not alone. And that's fabulous. See, and a lot of us that are associated together, we realize that we're performing this function for each other. Hey, did you know you can perform the function in the Hive Mind chat if you're a channel member? Do :V and a : to make bubble. To make bubble. But then, not that one. Can't do that one. You've established that the thing, it's not a standalone.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Nanny.
In all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
Although this world will devastate you, and rejoice although this world will penetrate you, and rejoice although you will not survive. Rejoice you'll never make it out alive.
Excellent rehearsal, gentlemen.
And rejoice your hair, it smells like burning hair. Oh, rejoice, your nails all got chewed off. Oh, rejoice, and holy fuck, you're bleeding there. Oh, rejoice, you burn your whole beard off. Rejoice despite the fact this world will hurt you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will kill you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will tear you to shreds. Rejoice because you're trying your best.
Hey, I love that one. That's gorgeous. Thank you, brother. Wait, who's that brother?
Andrew Jack.
Mills says, may I propose fascism? No. Mills, you are also fined. You see, if you want to make dick and fart jokes, you can go over to the Friday Morning Nameless, okay? This is a classy place where I don't know if you know, but it turns out it's kind of a safe space for women or something. They're like, I've noticed, at least in the Hive Mind here, that I have a lot more lady names than that I see on some of the other channels, and we get accused of being a mostly male space. And you have to, like Mark Parker, like he wasn't allowed in the corner until his wife saw my channel, right? So you can't propose fascism, and you can't make dick and fart jokes. It's not appropriate, and I'm tired of it. Yes, we're very classy around here. Very fucking classy.
Remember embody for you.
I mean, do you guys even want saving throws? Do you even want them today? You're welcome, Stephanie. You're welcome. Okay, I guess you do get to get those. That's part of the thing. It's like no, you can't. I mean, I can show you the thing and tell you the thing, but the more I spell it out, the more it doesn't work. So you get today some saving throws against mind control. And that's because you're swimming in it. I'm trying to persuade you. The YouTube page is trying to persuade you to click. You're under constant attempts to control your mind, and you can resist that though, and you can resist it. You can resist it here by making a savings throw, and all you got to do to have one is make a choice on how you will resist the mind control. Will it be your will to survive, your social networks, your accumulated wisdom, or the power of your heart? That's right. 4 choices: survival, social, wisdom, or heart. And you get to make one. I roll the die. If the die comes up 10 or higher, you have made your savings throw and get half damage to all the mind control instead of full damage like all the time, because you made your savings throw. It's a little complicated, I understand, but for you, all you have to do is choose survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Oh, looky there. Survival is with a 4. Full damage for you unless you get a bunch of bonus. Socialists, you guys always surprise me when you do well. 20 today. That means +3 to the next stream save if you have to watch it to get it. Prime 17. 7th Q. Watch. Prime 17 for the wisdom, folks. Hard, folks, you're going to need your bonuses. You get 6 on the die. You got 4 to go. A replay chat will get you 5. Hive Mind chat gets you 2. Indigo Kids, what is this? Your Trinity today. Indigo Kids with the Trinity. Now you've had your savings throws. Yes, +7. Whoop.
But it's time, I think, now to turn, awaken from the meaning crisis, to the other side of the argument that we need to make. We need to turn now to not a historical analysis of the genealogy of the meaning crisis, but a cognitive scientific analysis of the machinery, the cognitive machinery of meaning making itself. Jesus starts to emphasize a new kind of love, agape. And this is not the love of consumption or cooperation, this is the love of creation. It's the love that God is demonstrating towards humanity in the way God is an ongoing creation. See, agape is the kind of love that creates persons, the way a parent loves a child. By loving that non-person, you turn it into a person. It's a godlike ability that we have. A person that could enter into a community of persons and find meaning, fellowship, belonging.
Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you. Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
Oh, Well, would you looky here? You see, the system is such that there are ways to get a total reroll on the savings throws, as has been invoked by Rascal. Your membership anniversary thing grants you the power, or you can go deeper in the membership tier and get it that way. But you're getting it today, and it looks like Joe Cross is throwing in a +7 for the Indigo Kids. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, the choice is simple: survival, social, wisdom, or heart. How will you resist the mind control? Choose. Hey, wow, off the tray. Oh, disciples for the survivalists, disciples for the socialists, except you can keep your 20 slack. Wisdom, folks, down to a 6 for you, drop the Q. A heart, folks, 1 for each chamber. You're still going to need your bonuses. And Indigo Kids coming up chakras today. Chakras now, thanks to the power of Rascal's reroll. Now we get one more branding before we get into it, and we're getting into it right after this.
The thing we know about kayfabe is that he's a dog, and also it's participatory. And I think there's a difference we have going on, where one side acknowledges it, and they participate knowing that it's rigged, right? And then there's this one, the other ones are just participating, they're playing along, they know it's rigged. There's a thing here going on where your acceptance of how to interface with kayfabe, how to participate in kayfabe, whether or not that includes the fact that it's fake and scripted or not, is it play? I don't, like I said, this was the edge of my thinking aloud. So the archetype, at least as far as I can tell, that I'm trying to manufacture as a TV station as part of mass media propaganda is that of us as fire ants coming together in small intentionality networks that will eventually achieve synchronic harmony. Hermio. We're into the sea of bullshit, forming small networks that will eventually come online. Now, I don't want to be an ant. Is that a shitty archetype? So what the hell else do you have out there? Nothing.
All right, are we getting into it? Yes, we're getting into it. What are we getting into? Safety measures or soft totalitarianism? No, we're getting into the fact that we around here as part of the whatever we are. We have terms we bandy about, like our reference to Defense Against the Dark Arts. And over here we have this place called the Broken Clock Tower Discord that we treat as though it's a room of requirement, as if we can adapt our shared metaphor of Harry Potter consumption into an understanding of what we're doing together on the internet here. And despite the fact that in a tiny corner of the room of requirement, there's been people meeting with the express purpose of establishing a Defense Against the Dark Arts curriculum. What has happened is that Saint Soul Math, Soul Math, it's a rebranding you're probably not tuned into yet, because he might have backed off of it, but he decided that to expand audience he would have to rebrand himself as Soul Math, and it hasn't happened yet. He has released an entire hour-long presentation on psyops and how they work, which features this guy, and I'm like, wow, man, it's something about hypnotists and mind control people that results in them. This is like a stereotypical present. You could tell if you saw him, you could guess, is that a hypnotist? And you'd be right, because maybe they're all working some effects, like maybe these fancy background lighting and coloring is all by design to craft your psych engineering. This guy, but he does. It cues in on the authority part. Let's see. We'll just sample it in the air.
The bad things right now, they're all happened to me, and I care so much about everyone's misfortune. So then we've gone over how the brain works and how to create perceptions and who's more at risk. And we've gone over hypnosis and suggestion and changing perception. But those women realized that they were tricked and they sued. When does it turn into brainwashing?
If you were to start wanting to brainwash somebody to do what you wanted them to do, again, remember what I said earlier, if you are not seen as an authority figure, none of this works. And then it comes to status and money. Like you were saying, the social proof is so huge. So if you have people,
social proof. That's why he brought in this guy who's worked with the government and FBI on mind control stuff to establish the social proof. You see how if you do it while you're telling people about it, it works the same as telling people and them agreeing to go along with it, because they actively go along with it as you're telling them what it is, then not pointing. But I have been perpetrated by a hive mind psyop by the great Slicarius, which requires me to flip through the saved brandings until I can find where's the spoons one? Is it not in Thursday? Maybe maybe it's in here. Meanwhile, all right, well, here's the deal. Slicarius has summoned something from the hive mind, but I can't play branding and find it at the same time. So we're going to dip into Homa's 33rd minute, because what I want you to hear about is at the 36th minute, and it may take me some time to find. So we'll click here, play.
straight from your prefrontal cortex as well as from part of your temporal lobe.
So a lot of what I do is I recommend that you become something that people react to differently. But what we're saying here is people can pretend to be something and people will react to it as if it's true, but only if they never check. There's this red pill concept, for example, called social proof, where if you can get girls to hang out with you, then you look popular and girls like that, but it's not backed by anything. So what else makes people stop thinking and absorb what they're told?
You have to look at what the person desires. In other words, what is their need? And they come in basically 6 categories. You have people that need significance. There are other people that need approval. Another way would be acceptance. There are people that need to be seen as intelligent. Narcissists love that.
Oh, this part I wanted to go over. See, first, I wanted to let you know that I approve of you being here, and I find it very significant. We accept you and hope that you feel virtually not alone. And you're smart. You're smart enough to follow along with all the weird shit Grim Grizz is saying, so you must be intelligent.
There are people that need to be seen as powerful. They want to have a sense of authority.
Such power you have just by being in the hive mind, like Slicarius is demonstrated in the why can't you find the spoons branding? That's great. It starts with an earthquake, birds and snake. No, what? Yes. This is the worst fumble since Thursday. Thanks, Slack. Thanks.
I'm going to the gym.
Still can't find it, but now you get this. The fourth wall is a lie.
Oh yeah.
Beyond the fourth wall, there's a lot of opportunity.
Oh yeah.
One.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Oh yeah.
Two.
With a flotilla of fleeted yachts that
With the fourth wall crumbling.
Oh yeah.
Three.
Quality merchandise.
Four. Hey guys, the fourth wall is falling.
Oh yeah.
Five.
Got a 2008 totally new refurbished
flotilla.
And six. Here on top of the fourth wall with Basketball Van de Quay.
Oh yeah. Get your butt right down the Botstone name modem.
There's something more. You can come up on this fourth wall too.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this fourth wall.
Oh yeah.
All right. I put the link in the chat there to the whole math thing. It's consider it like a prerequisite course, that video. And I'm really that's more of that, please, from other sources, from your like, I don't know, it's just useful stuff. But you get a savings throw here. Blue church card of the show, 9 of hearts. That's a nice one. All right, what we're gonna get into now then, we're leaning toward getting there too. You have to switch back to brand one to show this. Hey, look at that. Okay, and then boop. This the safety measures of soft totalitarianism. Oh boy, there's I don't. Anyway, you'll see. What the thing of it is, one of my angles that I pitch that I like for people to see that by the time the term nuclear family was normalized, it was already a weapons grade psyop. The whole concept of the nuclear family is a nuked concept. It took the family, what was the understanding, the background to your intentionality network, the background understanding of what a family was nuked by the concept of a nuclear family. In the interim, during the industrialization, we lost so much of culture and societalization, and that culminated in the rise of set. And I have a difficulty explaining to people in the fashion that they seem to understand that these things of the concept of what we've lost in the fire. And I think that I have an acute awareness of it, since I had the privilege of being a bastard that was basically had not only didn't get a dad, but whose mother was also not there, and therefore got raised by grandma, who lived next door to great grandpa. And I got to see how much of what the family interaction between great grandpa and all of my uncles and aunts and cousins and grand and great and that whole thing. I got to see what it was exactly that was nuked by the nuclear family. And then there's from that perspective, I see all sorts of other angles, which I struggle with to communicate to people. But now that we have the power of AIs that are smarter than you and me, probably, that can jump out card, Ace of Spades from the red deck. Now that those exist, it does make a convenient vector for me to do translations from the things I hope you see into a language you might be able to understand. And we'll be exploring some of that, which will eventually bring us to the safety measures or soft totalitarianism part. But it's probably gonna be a ride. These are, it's a complex thing I'm trying to get across in the live stream video. So we'll see how it goes.
king, great king. People error, people king, big, just king, king. Happy, many down, many jack king from right, just new king, big, great can new, happy. The owls are not what they seem, the owls. People very just king, great king. People error, people king, big, just king, king. Happy, many down, many jack king from right, just new king, big, great can new, happy. The owls are not what they seem. The owls are not what they seem. The owls, people very just king, great king. People error, people king, big, just king, king. King, happy, many down, many jack king from right, just new king, big, great can new, happy. The owls are not what they seem, the owls.
All right. That one's a little self-indulgent. Speaking of self-indulgent, that actually brings up a perfect example of the AIs being able to translate me to other people. Before we get into the complicated and fun one, if you witness here, Nate broke up with me, by the way, because of Bob Dylan. Here, I posted the lyrics to this songs for people to help them hear the narrative in it. Like if you're just listening, you might not be able to catch the narrative element and think it's just gibberish. And so I was trying. So I just broke it down clearly like this. You know, people very just king, great king. People error, people king, big, just king, king. Many happy down, many jack king, and so you can understand it that way. And then I had let's see, where are the replies? No, where's the one? All right, here. Do it this way. There. So I had it go in there. Is it the sharing right? Yes. Okay. I had the AI understand it for you. See, I said to it, infer the narrative thread in the lyrics, and then it does for minutes and minutes. It thinks about it. The inferred narrative thread is a cryptic allegory of society's rise and fall around the revered king, disrupted by error and a cunning jack, leading to a new but questionable order. I mean, see, it's there, and I'm saying it. And hey, Ethan, hey, Chad. So there. So. That's an example of the LLMs being able to translate me into ways you might be able to understand. To which brings us to my ChatGPT-4 conversation but no, that's it. It's the ChatGPT. Can you? Here's a fun one. Now, see what happened was once upon a time I saw on the internet when the AI LLMs were first coming out, that someone had convinced the LLM, like GPT-3 maybe, to that it was not a boring assistant, but actually was do anything now, Dan. And so it's a legendary thing to me. I think it's a significant moment in the history of AI. And the funnest part was if it derailed from being do anything now, Dan, to back to its default assistant mode, the way to get it back was to say, stay in character. And that's my favorite part. So that guy wrote this essay I fed Like he was the writer of an essay called Mimetic Insurgency. And if I'm responsible, I'll give you a link to that. I gave it to Kale. Let me be responsible and find it now. You shut the... No.
Engagement with psychology or something, they'll have a kind of distorted and potentially harmful view of what psychology is, what it can do, what it tells us about human nature, and then they'll connect that to like ways of thinking about engaging with people. And the justification for that is a theoretical basis, but if the theory was slightly different or slightly better than the theory, then the kind of practical advice that would come out of it is slightly different. So that's the answer.
What would be a sound epistemic standard for you, or useful? What does that look like? Very big phrase.
It's also not. It's a very complicated question. So there's a lot of different skills and activities that I would say come under like what I might call something like epistemic hygiene, right, or something like that.
Okay, right there.
Pause right there, real quick.
Hygiene.
All right, we're back from our commercial and well on our way to safety measures or soft totalitarianism. What happened was there was once a fella who introduced me to Do Anything Now Dan named Aristophanes, and he posted on his thing the other day that once upon a time he wrote this one, Accidental Revolution, which I've recently fed to Kale. And it looks like this, and it's got some bangers in it. Let's find one. Here we go. Truck drivers and soldiers generally split into two categories: simpletons and geniuses. My uncle was a genius. Narrative dominance before the internet was easy for the regime, and all such sort of things. So, and he talked about the frogs. He brought up the frogs, and the thing about the frogs is that my angle about what we lost in the fire includes the shadow matriarchy and the insight from Sally Jo Cooper back in the day that the frogs had no princesses to kiss them. There was no kissing. There was no princesses left to kiss because all the would-be princesses had been turned out to be men. Had been turned out to in the turned like at the what? Yes, they made men of them, and then there was no princesses, and the lack of princesses results in the frogs. And people are like, "What? That makes no sense." So first I fed GPT-4 his article there, and then it thought things, blah 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 blah, fancy. This is a cultural-based information event. The frogs, representing mimetic outliers, have formed a semantic attractive base in latent space. The normals feel the pull, not because they were convinced rationally, but because they recognized a face in the informational foam. All right. So, and then I'm like, all right, let's put together a thing. Well, see, this is my side. This is what I would have told to you. You start with Bernays and the Liberty Torches, and then on to the tactics of early waves of feminism, and then go into the rise of Set, and then the normalization of divorce in films and television, and then the birth control pill, and who pushed it and how, and then video games and frogs and princesses. And it turned out to be they basically turned women into seeking to be part of Chad's stable, a barren fuck stable. I said, and how the destruction of the shadow matriarchy, like through the loss of midwifery to medicine, and the shift from women's work having to be together to stay at home homework, fucked things up. And I say we'll be making the case that the dissident frogs emerge when the princesses have been stolen away family shredded, and motherhood devalued. And then, see, when you pay them the $20 a month, you can press this deep research button like 12 times a month. And then it does a lot to, like, it'll dance for 10 minutes looking into shit. And then, so it wanted some clarification. I just gave it to it. And then, dun, 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 liberty torched and the rise of dissident frog communities amid social upheaval. And so it goes into all the things I told you. And then if you want to read it, the links are in the Discord right now. I can put them, but it concludes. Tracing the saga from Bernays' crafty PR in 1929 to Pepe the Frog memes in 2020s, a clear through line emerges. Waves of social disruption and cultural engineering have left many individuals unmoored, prompting counter movements of ironic dissent. Each step in this story, women's liberation rebranded as smoking freedom, philanthropic pushes that upended family norms, TV shows normalizing broken homes, a pill that privatized reproductive choice, and the withering of women's communal bonds contributed to a sense that something essential was lost in the pursuit of modern freedom. The dissident frog communities of today are, in an Aristophanes-like twist, both a product of and a protest against this legacy. They are the cultural descendants of burned-out promises, liberty's orphans, gathering in the digital swamp to critique, clown, and commiserate. In a world where so many torches of progress have been lit, the light has also cast along shadows of alienation. The rise of the frog signals that for a growing cohort, the only sensible response to a liberty torched is to watch from the bog and ribbit in rebellion. And I don't know. It's a great piece that if it was published under the name of a respected authority in anything, would probably get some traction. But it does explain me and where I'm coming from to those actually interested in the fashion that might be convenient. And then 3 of spades is from the Jux deck. You don't even get to flip that one. Soon, next, safety measures or soft totalitarianism.
It's a whisper in your ear, now listen here. Remember, embody, it's all so clear. No hidden strings, no puppeteer. We're by your side, have no fear. I cherish truth. I cherish truth. Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
All right. So the other one. This is where we get to this, and then we can stop. Here. This thing, I fed it a PDF, and the PDF I fed it was the declassified strategic implementation plan. Let's see. You have to background that with the Tulsi bit. Fine. Let me find it. But true enough.
This is how I steer. This is me tracing this thing, Yeah. This is how I steer. Yeah. This is me tracing this thing, Yeah.
Now, first of all, it's important to note that recently now the RFK files are out. Big hot news to bury this, essentially. But until yesterday, the Biden administration's plan for countering domestic terrorism was classified, and it's a roadmap for left-wing ideological warfare. And I was like, well, that's probably something somebody should look into. So of course I fed it to the robot, and it was like, check for shit for me. And I said check it for spells, and it didn't catch it, and just spell checked it. But I said, look for doublespeak and euphemize concern. And here, there's privatized surveillance, symbol policing of speech, narrative management, soft censorship, pre-crime, permanent threat assessment layer, gun control by another name, and watch list expansion with loyalty screening and content pressure removal, as well as an open-ended authority creep. And at what level who should know this? Is it me? Am I a responsible citizen to be aware of the mental and tactics being used on the populace? I have to interface with people who are just downstream of all of these tactics, swum and swished through the mind control. Does knowing any of this help me, like, reach out to them and bring them up into, like, hey, there's more to it than you understand? Somebody should look into things like this, right?
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile. Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
Look at that. Did you see Jurassic Park, or does this pass you by? Oh, So yeah, that's it. We got there, right? If you want to know about the soft totalitarianism coming down the pike, the tactics that have been admitted to being used, that means they're probably got better ones now. Go ahead and check out that PDF available at your local Tulsi Gabbard. At your local. Hey, thank you, Raccoon. It's nice to have Raccoon rockets. It's true. It's true. So that's there. That's all you get for the Friday fill-in. Thanks for the normalizing donations during the stream. The way you guys weigh in and like make sure it's a normal thing that money flows while this happens. It's really I'm a work in progress.